Hey Westgate, Pastor Evan here, just checking in with you. First of all, I want to encourage you that all the pastors and board and leadership are standing with you in prayer, praying God's provision and grace and protection over you in this kind of crazy season we find ourselves. Know that even though we're not in the same physical spaces, that we're with you spiritually, standing in the gap for you. So we see you, we hear you, we're with you, and we love you. I want to share with you today about one of Tozer's personal revival points and some of my takeaways from it. And the one I want to talk about is serious-mindedness. And so first I'm going to read that section and then discuss kind of my reflections on it. So he says, being serious-minded, you can well afford to see fewer comedy shows on TV. Unless you break away from the funny boys, every spiritual impression will continue to be lost to your heart. And that right in your own living room. The people of the world used to go to the movies to escape serious thinking about God and religion. You would not join them there, but you now enjoy spiritual communion with them in your own home. The devil's ideals, moral standards, and mental attitudes are being accepted by you without you knowing it. And you wonder why you make no progress in your Christian life. Your interior climate is not favorable to the growth of spiritual graces. There must be a radical change in your habits, or there will not be any permanent improvement in your interior life. Wow, what a strong word. And in reading this, I was led to the passage in Matthew 8:20, and Jesus is talking to some of the people following him. So I'm going to read that now. When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. Then a teacher of the law came to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." Another disciple said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead." Wow. I don't know about you, but for me, this passage kind of depicts Jesus as being really harsh. Like, isn't burying your dad a good thing? Isn't tending to a loved one's funeral kind of important? And I think what it's getting at is Jesus has this amazing gift of shocking us out of our habits, our rhythms, and making us reconsider our value system. One commentary says it like this: This is an incredible statement of self-importance on the part of Jesus, coupled with an acute sense of the urgency of the hour in which he was operating. Wow, I don't know about you, but I think that is such a perfect description of the season we find ourselves in now. And it wasn't that Jesus was saying to this man that burying his dad was bad. It's that he was saying that following him in that moment was way more important. And I think in this season, God is asking us one major question, or it's one question that God's asking us is, how seriously do you take him? With our lives coming to a complete halt, our values are kind of coming to the surface. Our values are being exposed. And what are you finding? Are our lives totally around sports? Are our lives totally wrapped around school, totally oriented and ordered around things of this world? They don't even have to be bad things. But where does God fit in that orientation? Where does God fit in that priority list? And I think what we value goes a long way in determining the type of life we live. Are we living a joyful life, or are we living just kind of getting by life? And the way we talk about it in young adults is, are you surviving on Flamin' Hot Cheetos, or are you surviving on nutrient-rich food? Because in order to live a thriving life, we have to take God seriously. We can't thrive on eating Flaming Hot Cheetos. We can't go and do the things we were created to do on junk food. And that is the things of this world. But we have to, when we take God seriously and start doing the things that he's asked us to do, we thrive. We experience real joy and love and peace. Those are incredible things. I don't think anyone would deny wanting those things, but we have to take God seriously and take him seriously that he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get us to that land of thriving. And so in this season, I just want to say, let our values be exposed. Don't try to escape, the wounds and all the things that we're carrying. Don't try to escape them. Let God bring them to the surface. Touch them, heal them, deal with them, but also replace them with life-bearing things. We were created to run. We were created to run marathons, to thrive, but we can't do that if we're only eating junk food. And so let God come into your life, show you the things that are acting as junk food in our lives, and then let him replace those things with apples, nutrient-rich food, because he wants you to thrive. So let this season shock you a little bit out of your systems, out of your habits, and let all that stuff rise to the surface and let God sort it out, and then reorder your lives around him. Can we commit to one another to taking God seriously, and that as we come out of this season, our lives will be forever reoriented around him? What a testimony that what the devil meant for evil, God can use for good. So let us leave this season, let us use the season and exit this season by re-establishing God as the center of the way we orient our lives. Alrighty, love you all, and we'll continue to pray for you, and have a good day.